Attention passionate Chicago, BEARS. Latest news, something big is happening in the NFC North and it could change the game. We're talking about a direct impact on Chicago Bears' path to another Super Bowl run, a power shift that could leave a division rival stumbling for years. We're bringing this to you firsthand. But before that, if you're a true Chicago Bears fan, subscribe to the channel to strengthen this passion even more. Show that you're also part of this family. Let's help each other reach 1,000 subscribers. Share with your friends and Chicago, BEARS. Let's get to the news. Now, folks, buckle up because what I'm about to tell you could shake up the entire NFC North and send shockwaves through the league. Rumors are swirling, and insiders like Diana Rossini are pointing toward a blockbuster trade that could redefine the Cincinnati Bengals' strategy and, more importantly, influence the Bears' future in a big way. Yes, we're talking about the possibility of the Bengals trading Ja'Marr Chase, the electrifying wide receiver who's been a cornerstone for Cincinnati since he was drafted in 2021, and this isn't just speculation. It's a move that, if it happens, could have monumental consequences for everyone involved, especially the Bears, who are looking to capitalize on this moment to elevate their offense to new heights. Let's break it down. The Bengals, currently sitting at a record of 3-5, are facing a tough reality. Their offense has been stagnating, averaging just 23 points per game, which isn't terrible but isn't enough to contend with the top teams in the league. They're also dealing with some cap space issues, just around $11 million, which is tight for a team that wants to rebuild its offensive line and keep its core players intact. The trade rumors suggest that Cincinnati might be willing to part ways with Chase, the top 4 wide receiver at just 25 years old, in exchange for a first-round pick in the 2026 draft. This move would free up around $18 million in cap space, giving them some breathing room to focus on rebuilding their offensive line, which, as we all know, has been a problem area with 25 sacks allowed so far this season. Now, why would the Bengals do this? Well, it's all about priorities. They're eyeing a rebuild, especially on the offensive line, and Chase's $25 million extension scheduled for 2026 complicates their plans. They're also seeing a decline in their passing efficiency. Without a true threat like Chase, their EPA per pass drops by 22%, which is a massive hit. That's a problem when you consider that Ja'Marr Chase is not just any receiver. He's an all-pro talent, a top-tier player who's been crucial for Cincinnati's offense. His explosiveness down the field, his ability to make big plays, and his connection with quarterback Joe Burrow have made him one of the league's most dangerous receivers when healthy. Speaking of health, Chase has had a bit of a rocky season so far. He suffered a shoulder injury in Week 3, which limited his production early on, but he's still been a major factor when on the field. And when he's healthy, Chase shines brightly. His profile is impressive. Drafted in 2021, he's amassed 465 receptions for nearly 0 yards and 42 touchdowns in his career so far. His yards per reception sit at a solid 12.7, and his PFF grade is among the top 5 at the wide receiver position with an 88.4 grade. In 2025, he's been dominant, ranking first in receptions with 70, second in yards with 720, and fifth in touchdowns with 5. But what really sets him apart is his ability to make explosive plays. His long reception this season was 64 yards, comparable to Tyreek Hill in terms of big play capability. His ADOT, or average depth of target, is 13.2 yards, meaning he's a true downfield threat. And that's exactly what the Bears need to elevate their passing game. And that's where the impact on the Bears comes into focus. Currently, Chicago stands at a decent 4-3, but their offense is only ranked 16th in the league, averaging around 24 points per game. Their passing attack is solid but could use a boost, especially after losing some depth at wide receiver following the concussion of their promising rookie, Darnell Mooney. Without Mooney, the Bears' EPA per pass drops to -0.12, which is a significant dip. They need someone like Chase, someone who can stretch the field, create big plays, and put defenses on their heels. His addition would not only give Justin Fields a true deep threat, but also open up space underneath for players like DJ Moore, who has been reliable with 612 yards and 4 touchdowns this season. Chase's presence would elevate Moore's production even further, projecting an additional 450 passing yards and a 20% increase in deep completions, boosting the Bears' red zone efficiency from 58% to over 70%. In fact, this potential trade could turbocharge Chicago's offense. Imagine Chase lining up alongside Moore, creating a dynamic duo that's reminiscent of some of the league's best wide receiver tandems. Chase's ability to gain yards after the catch, his YAC average of 5-6 yards per reception, is elite and would give Fields a much-needed weapon to attack defenses vertically and in the intermediate game. His big play ability would also help the Bears' red zone efficiency, which has been decent but could improve with a true game breaker on the outside. If Chase explodes for even a handful of 40-plus yard catches, it could dramatically shift the momentum in Chicago's favor, especially late in games. Now, let's talk about the bigger picture. The NFL odds have already shifted significantly for the Bears as a result of this potential move. Before the trade rumors, the Super Bowl odds for Chicago were around plus 5,000, which was pretty long but not impossible. But if Chase joins the Bears, those odds could drop dramatically. Some analysts are even projecting a move to plus 2,200. That's a huge swing, and it reflects how much of a difference-maker Chase could be, especially in the playoffs. His ability to be a game-changing X-factor in critical moments is already evident in his history of big plays against NFC North rivals. For example, he's been known to torch defenses like Detroit's, which are vulnerable against deep threats, giving the Bears a distinct advantage. And let's not forget about the impact on the division race. The NFC North is a tough division, with teams like the Lions already showing they're a powerhouse, especially on offense with their high-powered passing game. Adding Chase to the Bears, Arsenal would make them a serious contender, capable of matching up with the best in the league. The Lions, in particular, could have their own concerns, as Chase has a 15% higher success rate against man coverage, which is a common scheme in today's NFL, and they've struggled to contain explosive receivers like him in the past. Chase's ability to beat man coverage, especially in cold weather, where his route running and speed can really shine, is an added bonus for Chicago. It's no secret that big plays in cold weather playoff games often decide the outcome, and Chase's explosiveness could be the key to making those plays happen. Now, circling back to the Bengals, this trade isn't just about cap space or rebuilding. They're also trying to reshape their team identity. With Joe Burrow healthy and leading a talented offense, Cincinnati has the pieces to contend, but losing Chase would be a blow. Still, it's a calculated move. They might be aiming to rebuild faster, focusing on protecting Burrow with a stronger offensive line, which is a priority for them. The Bengals' offensive line has allowed 25 sacks so far, and improving that unit is crucial if they want to stay competitive. But giving up Chase, a player who's only entered his prime, indicates they're prioritizing long-term rebuild plans over immediate success. As for the Bears, this move could be a catalyst for a new offensive era. General Manager Ryan Poles has been building this team thoughtfully, and acquiring Chase would send a message to the league that the Bears are serious about contending sooner rather than later. With Justin Fields developing and a young core around him, adding a player like Chase would accelerate their timeline. Fields has shown flashes of brilliance this season, especially when throwing to Moore, but what he really needs is that one piece who can turn a short gain into a game-breaking play. Chase fits that description perfectly. His track record shows he can be the kind of receiver who changes the complexion of the game on a single play, something the Bears desperately need to elevate their offense to elite status. And if we look at Chase's recent performance, he's been quite productive. In 2025, he's been targeted heavily, 70 receptions so far, and has been consistent with 720 yards and 5 touchdowns. His catch rate is 84%, which shows good reliability, and he's only had one injury this season, a shoulder issue, which didn't seem to slow him down for long. His ability to make big plays, especially with a long reception of 64 yards, makes him a perfect complement to the Bears' current offensive scheme. His explosiveness and ability to stretch defenses would also help open up space for the running game, giving Fields more options and making the Bears' attack more unpredictable. So, all of this adds up to a potential seismic shift in the NFC North landscape. The Bears could be on the verge of landing a true game-changer, while the Bengals are weighing their options to rebuild their roster. It's a fascinating storyline, one that could unfold in the coming weeks, especially with the NFL trade deadline approaching on November 4th. If this trade happens, it could set the tone for the rest of the season and beyond, transforming the Bears into a legitimate playoff contender with Super Bowl aspirations. Imagine the excitement. Chase on one side, Moore on the other, Fields orchestrating the attack. It's a recipe for fireworks, and Bears fans should be thrilled at the prospect of what this could mean for their team's future. And now, Chicago Bears fans, I want to hear from you. What's your take on this? Do you think the Bears should go all in on acquiring Jamar Chase? Would this move elevate the team to the next level? Drop your thoughts in the comments below. Your opinion matters so much to us and to the Chicago Bears. And don't forget, I'll be back soon with more updates, so stay tuned for the latest Chicago Bears news. This season is shaping up to be one of the most exciting in recent memory, and I can't wait to see how it all unfolds. Thanks for sticking with me, and as always, bear down.